Hello, I'm Jameson Glashinsky, and I'm the owner-artist of Jameson Studios. Today is March 14th, 2017. It's Pi Day, so happy Pi Day to people who like math, people who like circles or spheres, and people who like pie. It has been, let's see, 1 week and 1 day since I resigned from my job of 17 years, working in the automotive industry, selling vehicles to people. And my final day is 14 days or 17 days from now, and then I hang it up and do this full time. This video series is basically my diary of how I feel, what's going on, and what that transition is like. The hardest part so far, honestly, has been actually been two parts. First was making the decision that I'm actually going to make the jump. It there was a lot of conversations with Nicole, my wife, and a lot of back and forth inside my head. And finally, it came down to a couple of different things. The first thing it came down to was the fact that right now, being in sales, my income is completely dependent on whether or not I sell. So I really don't have the stability that you would get from a normal 9 to 5 corporate job. So that was one of the things that made it easier to make this jump for me. Second, I feel compelled to do this. I feel pulled. I feel called to make this transition. Um, I think, without at the risk of sounding corny, I feel like I have a gift or a talent, and if I'm not using that talent, I'm squandering it, and I don't want to squander the talents that I have. So there's that. There's that. And then finally, I want to be part of my family. And working the job that I had, I spent a lot of time at work. Not necessarily working, but I spent a lot of time there. And I didn't have the flexibility to, go pick the kids up from school or to go to swimming lessons on Saturday. And I'm not willing to put myself in a position where that's okay anymore, because that time is limited as well. So that's part of the reasons why it was time. The other thing is that I'm not getting any younger, and might as well make this happen while I still can. The worst that can happen is ultimately, if it doesn't work, I waste a little money, I waste a little time, and I go get a real job. But quite frankly, I've made that leap, and I don't think that that's going to be an issue. I know it's going to take an absolute ton of work. I know there are times that I'm going to be super exhausted. I know there's times that are going to be really frustrating, and that it's not going to be easy. But you know what? I'm okay with not easy. I'm not okay with not trying. So that's kind of where my head is at. The the second hardest part of this whole thing for me was actually giving the resignation, mostly because I don't want to let anybody down, and that was hard. The other part was it's once you turn in that letter and you have that discussion, it's final, and there's I forget where I heard it, but they say if the generals say if you want to take the island, the best thing you can do is once you land to burn the boats, and I feel like I've burned the boats. So I'm in this with both feet, and I'm going to hit the ground running. So a couple things. First of all, I want to say thank you to anybody who's watching this. Thanks for listening to me babble for the last 5 minutes. Thank you to everybody I've worked with throughout the years, to my customers, my friends, my family, and my coworkers. I would not be the person I am, and would not have the guts that I have to do this if it wasn't for all the support and love that I've gotten from everybody. A special thank you goes out to my girls who inspire me to do something I'm not comfortable with, because sometimes I make them do stuff that they're not comfortable with because it's good for them. I think turnabout's fair play, and most importantly, thank you to my wife Nicole, who has been an absolute rock, and just been there for me every step of the way when it comes to this. and just in general. If you see something cool on the website, or if you like the design of something, or you see something somewhere, odds are it's either she did it or she had a big hand in it. She's brilliant, and I love her. So thank you to everybody. I will keep you posted as things progress, and expect an update about once or twice a week, and just, I'll let you know where things are, and what this is like, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right now things are all right. If I were to ask my youngest daughter, she would say probably like about so. So with that in mind, have a great day, and catch you next time.